Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a journal flip through of a journal from June through I believe September 2022. And so this was my summer, I guess you can call my summer journal. This is the journal that I kept after my Tennessee journal, my Tennessee trip. I do have a flip through of that one. And so yeah. This was the second signature, I believe, from my Tennessee journal that I took out because that journal, that time in Tennessee filled up an entire signature. So I figured, oh, I'll keep it as one journal, like one travel journal. So this is the second signature, and then I think I made another signature for it. And so I just made it into the continuation, the summer. I call it summer. I mean, September is kind of summer, right? And so it goes from June to the ending, or mid-June, mid to late June, June 18th, to the ending of September. And it's just this beautiful floral fabric. And it's a tiny little A6 journal. And yeah, my cover page here. And I put the date. I should put the date that I finished it, but I started at June 18th. And this journal, again, like all of these little journals have been for 2022, lots of journaling and lots of just like memory keeping, sort of like this. I went to this mall, this ginormous mall. It's called the American Dream Mall in Jersey. And I went with my mom because I wanted to go to an altered state. If you saw my Tennessee journal, my friend Helen introduced me to this store that I absolutely love, and the closest one to me in New York City is at this mall in Jersey. So I went with my mom, bought a cute little romper. This was the parking ticket. We went into a Primark that was there. I love Primark. Got me some Disney things. So I just had that in my pocket, the little sticker. And some journaling. It's the first day of summer, 21st. More journaling, lots of journaling this day. Lots of journaling. Went to go see this movie with my brother. This is Lightyear. It wasn't that good, which is sad because I like Toy Story and I love Chris Evans, and Kiki Palmer was great and just wasn't that good. Yeah, it's okay. And yeah. So but lots of journaling that day, tons of journaling, and then the next day I got sick. And we all know what this is. And we know what these guys are and what this little thing is. And yeah, this was my journey from the first one that I took, the first test that I took, to the last test that I took. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That that happened. I ordered some rings from this site, Pure Vita, and then one of them ended up being too big, but I couldn't return it. So I ordered the same ring from a Poshmark seller, and this is the card that she sent. And I just put one of the stickers there. And yeah, so I was isolating all of this time. So it kind of jumps from the ending of June to like July. I watched a lot of things on on uh, on Netflix and Disney Plus and all the things. Um, yeah, a lot of movies. Long for the Ride, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, Love and Gelato, Man of the Year, and then I kind of binge watched all of season 3 of The Umbrella Academy. There's not much you can do when you have the thing that we will not mention. This thing, and you're stuck in a room by yourself because you can't see anybody, even the people you live with and stuff like that. So I watched a lot of things. This was when I was finally negative. My mom and I went to Target, and so just tags of things. Um, this is a screenshot of, I do these little things. They're called little art notes, these little art notes, and I leave them places. And I took a handful of them with me to when I was in Tennessee, to Tennessee. And so when I was in Tennessee, we kind of mostly left them in books and stuff like that. I believe this was a Barnes and Nobles in Nashville. I want to say it was Nashville. Um, and somebody found it, and they sent me the picture of them finding it in the book. What book was this? Stella. Stella and Poe. This is 5 Feet Apart. So yeah, that happened. And so I had to put it in here because I love when people find the things. This was documenting more feelings, more hard feelings. I took a walk in the park, got to see the chipmunks, and got so soaked in like the most monsoon rainstorm. And my mom, I had to call her, bless her heart, so she can come pick me up in the car because I was drenched and I wasn't going to get on the subway to come home um, looking like that. Um, I stamped out some things, so I was going to do something for my 5-year journal, but it didn't pan out very well, so I just kind of put the swatch here, stack of my journals, and more journaling. So these little books are just a lot of journaling. Another one of those Pura Vida stickers. The little girls next door. I tutor one of them in math, and this was like they were going on summer vacation, but they got me a journal. So this is the bookmark from the store that they bought the journal from, and their little note that they left. So I kind of put it in here. More journaling. I was trying to learn how to what is that? Manuscript. So like visualization, but in journaling format. This is the the formula for it, I guess. Tried it out here. I didn't really understand it. I understand it better. I have a better system for doing this. But it's basically just to manifest things in journaling format. And yeah, I might actually do an entire different video on that because I've been keeping a different journal to do that in. And yeah, this was when I first discovered it though. So yeah, I hung out with my friends today. I totally hung out with my friends. I took this photo of them. It was fun. A picture of Central Park. I always take a picture of this bridge. This is the bridge on I think it's on like 96th Street ish in the park. But like so I know Central Park really well. I basically grew up in the park. My dad is like you would think my dad worked at the Metropolitan Museum of Art literally his entire life. And it's if you know anything about the Met, it's the museum that's in Central Park. So my dad knows the park really well. Even like he grew up in, he was, born and raised in New York City, in Manhattan. His whole entire life was in this park. Um, Always in the park. Just my dad knew every inch of this park, and he worked in the park because he worked in the museum that is in the park. So I grew up in Central Park, and everything that I know of the park and how to navigate it, all the things, I learned from my dad. And after I left my friends, I believe this is the day after I left my friends, I walked home. I walked home because I live 17 blocks away from the north end of Central Park. 17 blocks? No, 7 blocks. I live 7 blocks. Oh my god, I can't do math today. But I live 7 blocks away from the north entrance of Central Park. So, if I'm anywhere inside the park, I'm like and if it's a nice day, and it was what, July 30th, so it was a beautiful day outside. I walk home. I'm like, because it's such a quick and easy walk to walk through the park to get out at the north end of the park and then walk the 7 blocks home. So I always walk home, and depending where I am, I think we met up at Barnes and Noble's. Yeah, that's the Barnes and Noble's on 82nd Street. So we were on like 82nd Street, and so if I keep walking north, yes, to get home, I have to pass through go under this bridge here. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for this bridge, but I know it's like in the 96th Street area. And like every time I pass it, I always take a picture of it. I don't know why that is, but it's beautiful. Like the way you can frame it, it's just so pretty. And then of course we're like dead in summer, and so all the trees are blossom and everything is green and luscious and all the things. So I printed it out and put it here. But yeah, journeys in Central Park. Um, this I didn't journal every day, so we're already in August here. 2022 was a very emotionally hard year for me. So a lot of the stuff is like putting things that I buy. I bought bathing suits from Dippin' Daisies. They had like a massive sale, and I got some new bathing suits that I desperately needed, even though I haven't been to a beach or a pool in, 3 years. But I will have them when I go. I need a vacation really badly. More journaling. This was a spare photograph, so I keep a journal, a separate journal that I really need to do a um, kind of like a video on. I mean to, and I have intentions to do a video on it. It's like my home journal. It's like visualizing, manifesting a home, and I just keep a visual journal for that. This was something that I printed off twice, so I just kind of threw it in here. So that's what ends up in here is a lot of journaling, and a lot of like mismatched pieces. This was around the time that I was doing uh, James Luke Burke's class. Oh my god, his virtual voyage, the one where he did Pinocchio, Princess and the Frog, and Peter Pan. And so I have a lot of the stickers of his drawings. This man, he's amazing. He's just so talented, so extremely talented. A misprint of my little suitcase of journals. I was running out of ink, but I threw it in here anyway. Of course, just more journaling. More of James's little drawings here that I so in his classes he scans like the drawings that he does in the workshop, and he gives you PDFs that you can cut. He gives you silhouette files too. So I just printed them off on matte sticker paper, and with my silhouette and the cut files that he gives, I just cut them out into stickers, and so I have so many. I have so many of James's beautiful artwork in sticker format, and they're all Disney themed, so I can use them in my Disney journals when I go to the parks and stuff like that. But these guys are so cute. It's Tink and Peter. Love it. More journaling. This is some of Nazzie's washi tape. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lots of journaling. Journaling all the feelings out. This probably was a day that I kind of binge watched movies. This was new at the time. This had been out for a couple of weeks. This is a very old movie that this is the first time I was watching it, and oh my god, I love this film, The Age of Adeline. Love it. Belle was really, it was kind of weird. It was cute. It was kind of weird. Music was great though. And then Elvis, Baz Luhrmann. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Um, so yeah, documented movies that I watched. Another Dippin' Daisies bathing suit that I bought. Got this one, steel. So goes in there. This was sort of a friend date that I did with John. We went to Saggio, which is a really good Italian place in the Heights, and just wrote a little bit about us catching up. More journaling. Went to go see my cousin's cousin. She's not my cousin, but she is still family. She was performing her one-woman show at this little lounge, and so me and my mom went to go see her. I treated myself to some Daphne's Diary stuff because when I'm really sad, which a lot of this was me being really sad, and that's why there's a lot of journaling and not so much like memory keeping or like art stuff. It's just a lot of words. I tend to buy things. I shop. So I treated myself. This was a purchase that I had been wanting to make for a very, very long time, but shipping was so expensive to buy anything from Daphne's Diary. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just treat myself because I'm feeling bad. I don't do it often. So more journaling, more journaling. Also treated myself to some Disney Hobonichi stuff. Didn't buy Hobonichi, but bought all the little accessories, bought the pouches, the Aristocats one, we all know. So I just kind of put the little tags there. This was journaling. This was very heavy journaling happening here. There's a photograph of my dad. This was 10 years, so this day, the 21st and the 22nd of September, marked the 10-year mark of the passing of my dad. And this story, I've been wanting to share it, and maybe I will eventually on the channel, especially how I want to evolve my channel a little bit. But yeah, this is like a whole video that I kind of want to share just of just my dad, only because it relates. Like it's one of those things where something happens and then it's bad and tragic and sad, and through that grief, I've been saying, like I said this in my one little word unraveling journal from last year, through that grief, there's always the beauty that comes from it. And I always think of it like the collateral beauty, like the theme of that movie with Will Smith in it. Um, that's this story here. Um, I always think like, oh, if my dad hadn't passed away, I wouldn't have discovered art journaling. I wouldn't have discovered Get Messy or Project Life or Studio Calico or Two Peas in a Pod or any of the scrapbooking stuff. I wouldn't have made this channel. I wouldn't have done all the things that you all know me for. And yeah, it's a story for another time. But this was 10 years, and this was unpacking a lot of different things because I was going through a different type of grief um, here. And it is very interesting, the similarities between the two. And I won't go too much in depth on that second part. Maybe eventually how I want my channel to evolve, I might have to mention that too. But yeah, so this was just a lot of unpacking all of that stuff, all of it. This, like all of it. Like I'm the type of person who tries to see connections into things, and maybe I'm reading too much into a connection here, but that's just how my brain works because maybe things happen for a reason. I think about that often, even though, like, my mom always questions, does it? Does it? Because, it's the whole thing about destiny, your fate, which, I grew up, my mom, she's a Jehovah's Witness, so I grew up in that, and they don't really, I don't think they believe in destiny or each person having a fate or anything like that. But that whole line of, everything happens for a reason kind of evokes that like meaning. I don't know, it's very, but I do think that things have a connection, and there's a connection to how we experience stuff from years ago to things that we experience now. And so that's a lot of journaling of me working through all of that on the anniversary of my dad's passing. And then the next day after that was autumn. Used this beautiful piece from the Davenese Diary magazine, gorgeous, and just did some journaling about that here. And then I finally got to watch Pinocchio, the live action with Tom Hanks. This is another one of James's stickers that I have here. Beautiful. I swear, this man, he is amazing. He's amazing. He's so talented. I will praise James Luke Burke for like forever. He's my favorite. He's just this, I get so much joy out of watching him and Steve just do their thing. Like, just do their thing. Like, sometimes I sign up for his classes, his virtual voyages, just to see them just be in their element. And, a lot of the times I don't finish them. I don't finish the classes, but just kind of having that, and I will definitely support that because they're just amazing. They're both very amazing, and they put a lot of work in, even, Steve too. They just put a lot of work into James's courses, and I get so much joy. And I think that's the important thing. But I watched the Pinocchio live action, so of course I used one of James's Pinocchio stickers here. It was okay. It was okay. I probably wrote some other things here, but I think, well, I shouldn't give away the ending because, spoilers, but I wasn't happy with it. I watched Thor, Love and Thunder. This one was also okay. Didn't like the ending. It was okay. Christian Bale, surprise to me, I didn't know he was going to be in this, was amazing. So that's journaling about that. And then I think this was my recap of September. And so it's just a lot of journaling of the hard feelings. A lot of journaling of the hard feelings, because just hard feelings all around. And bought some sneakers and some more journaling. And yeah, that is my little journal here from summer to the ending of September of 2022, and I just kind of wanted to flip through this because I hadn't flipped through it. There's a lot of things I didn't flip through apparently last year, and this was one of them. Again, it just last year was a very hard year, and I will share more because my whole kind of redo of my channel um, and like why I redid my website and all the things um, kind of kind of stems from this idea of wanting to begin again, to wanting to start over, and kind of yeah, just kind of wanting to start over. And I don't know, I kind of want to share more. Um, that's all I can say is I kind of want to share more. I just haven't found the right way to share it, and um, yeah, I just kind of want to be more authentic and show more of me and all the things. And so I need to film that video for you. But again, last year was very, very hard. And so I kind of fell off in terms of sharing my journaling and sharing flip throughs like I normally do. I usually do it timely. Hey, I didn't even do a December daily last year. So like it's been one of those things, but I feel a little better and I kind of wanted to come on and share these journals. So I do have one more from last year that I wanted to share, which is the October journal, the October daily thing that I did that I didn't finish, but that is for another video. Anyway, friends, I really hope you enjoy this look at this journal. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.